Hello. What's up? IntermedioPodcast number 4. Jesus, number 4 already? Right?
52.
Yep, point 52. Because we have to, as you can see based on our thumbnail, we may have two people in it that we're going to talk about today. One is a lot happier than the other because it's Emil Bemstrom. I want to get this out of the way because I'd rather get the sad part out of the way. Johnny Gaudreau. Don't drink and drive. That's all I'm gonna say. Drunk driver tries the. I don't remember the full story, but I'm pretty sure it was he tried to take over another car, hit Johnny and Matthew from behind.
Yeah, one driver, the driver that was in front of him, moved away from the two Gaudreau brothers to avoid hitting them, and then while the drunk driver was trying to pass that car that was avoiding Gaudreau, he crashed into him and it ended up killing him, which is probably one of the most tragic deaths in all of sports, I'm going to say. it.
Let's talk about this for a couple minutes because there's a couple of things to the story I do want to add on. First of all, when that first post came out, I don't remember what his name was. But when that first post came out, I was at work, and I had a couple of my regulars in, and I didn't want to say anything to them because they're going through their own thing. But I was just like, please, for the love of God, this has got to. Half of me wanted to say this was completely fake, and the other half of me was saying, this is way too detailed to be fake. I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at this is way too detailed to be fake. I'm like, God, please, for the love of God, say it's not fake. Please say it's fake.
It seemed fake at the beginning just because it was a Flyers reporter that originally reported it, and I would not really trust him to report news like that, especially knowing that this did not happen in Philadelphia. It happened close to Philadelphia. It didn't happen even in the same state even.
But the other thing about it
he's
is...
a Blue Jacket.
Yeah, and why would out of anybody they choose Johnny Gaudreau? Like, why not someone from Philly or someone that's like, I don't know, from the Ducks? I don't know why I went to the Ducks because they're purple and green and orange and the others, but...
And the yellow and white and violet sky.
Yeah. But, like, why Johnny Gaudreau? That's the thing that automatically set me off to maybe this isn't fake. Because, I mean, yeah, they did do that one thing with the football player. I can't remember his name, but that turned out to be fake. But he was a big name too. But like, out of anyone, Johnny Gaudreau, it doesn't make sense. And then everybody just exploded over it. Every post was about Johnny Gaudreau. I was like, I don't think this is fake. And I was messaging. I can say his name, right? Yeah, I don't. Nobody knows who he is. I guess as long as I don't say his full name and his address. And I was messaging Nick about this, and he was just like, this is fake. There's no way this is real. And I'm like, based on all the stuff that I've seen, I don't think this is fake.
I also thought this was originally fake, but you can't really leave the possibility of it being real out. You can't even leave that out because it was posted, and there has to be some kind of background information maybe to post that at least. And then I really first thought that this has a chance of being real when the police officers, the New Jersey Police Department, I think it was, said that
they wouldn't give any information.
They cannot confirm or deny, because if it was fake, they'd probably just say that it's fake right away.
Yeah, and all the complete dead silence for 4.5 hours afterwards. Usually if you find out who it is if it wasn't like someone big like Johnny Gaudreau within like the hour or two. But from 8 o'clock when it happened to like 11:30 at night and you don't hear anything about it, that's what worried me, that it was Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, and then the next morning I woke up thinking that this would be a normal day of work. And right when I got to work, I got the notification from the Blue Jackets that, after all, this is a real thing, and Johnny Gaudreau is confirmed dead.
I was about to say something that had nothing to do with this, but we'll get to that in a minute.
I mean, I was not able to get any work done that day just because I can't get over how sad that was and how unexpected it was. And it gets even worse when you realize why Johnny Gaudreau was there in the first place. He was there for his sister's wedding, and I just can't imagine how that could have felt, because that went from one of the most memorable, one of the best days of her life to the worst.
And the other thing I was going to point out about this was, well, obviously Matthew Gaudreau died. I don't think he ever played in the NHL, but he was their coach for the the high school team that was right around there.
I think so. I'm not sure about that, but I knew he coached a team. I don't know what team.
I can check, but I'm not gonna check it. I don't. It's still sad, but the other thing about it is the guy's name was Sean Higgins, but the clip that came out is the reason why he's even a more piece of shit than everybody thinks. I mean, obviously a piece of shit for driving drunk in general, but
dude, let out that sigh.
I didn't watch the full clip, but I can see it.
I watched
see
it.
it happening.
You didn't hear him sigh, but it's visible that it's like he didn't expect to stay in jail for the weekend after.
God, I can't believe I killed 2 people. I have to get to work tomorrow.
Notably being a repeat offender, because this was not his first case of DUI. He didn't expect to stay in jail for the weekend after murdering 2 people and being charged for 3 separate things.
I think it was more than 3. I thought it was 5.
I know 3 for sure. It was DUI, obviously, murder, obviously, open container.
I'm not sure. I thought there was like, I don't remember. I thought there was something.
And I don't know how true this is. And you would probably know how this works better than I do because you're American.
I don't drink. I don't drive. No, I don't
drink. You don't drive. Don't drive.
I walk.
I'm interested to know how that goes. But he apparently served in the military too.
I'm not sure. Actually, I can probably just look it up on Twitter while we're talking about this.
Because I've heard from somewhere on Twitter that he did serve in the military, and I don't know how this would work by American law. But
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I'd imagine that could also bring him a lot more bad things, let's just say.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look through Twitter to see if I can find that post about all this stuff. I thought this said United States of Arizona for a second.
United States of what? They don't exist.
But yeah, that entire thing. Like, obviously, if it wasn't like I was giving my dad an example. Like, obviously, like a lot of people didn't know who Johnny Gaudreau was. Like, because nobody watches hockey around me because everyone's useless. But like that's like saying, like if you watch football or something, that's like saying, I don't know, who's like a football player that's like not like insanely good, but like really good. Like I can't say like Tom Brady because that's like who's one of the best of all time, but like fucking I don't know, Amari Cooper, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Amari Cooper. I think that was the other thing that he was talking about that was fake. I think it was Amari Cooper. Like obviously he's one of the best, but he's not like top 5. That's like saying he died. I mean, I don't want him to die because I don't want anyone to die. But I mean, obviously the football world and the entire world would go up in flames. But that's the equivalent of Johnny. I'm not saying
that's not a good joke they made.
Yeah. Wait, what joke?
go up in flames.
That is not what I meant.
That was not a good. No.
That is not what I. That is not what I meant. That was not supposed to be a joke. I don't know why I said that. All right, start the podcast all over. That is not what I meant.
You can cut that out.
I'm not editing it. I'm just saying that's not what I meant. But go up.
Are we restarting the whole thing?
I am not restarting it. That is not what I meant. That is not a joke. I did not mean to say that.
Okay, moving on.
All right, moving on. Let's get
Emil Bemstrom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Johnny Gaudreau was Emil Bemstrom's teammate.
Yeah, that's why we have our thumbnail.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah, that go up in flames. I did not mean to say that. That's just a saying. That's not a joke. So don't take that the wrong way. God, now the more I say that, the more I feel like that was extremely wrong to say.
Speaking of the flames, Johnny Gaudreau was the best flame
probably since Iggy.
Yeah, since Iggy.
They should retire his number. Someone said on Twitter that they should take for the Blue Jackets, give it to Sean Monahan, and if he doesn't want it, retire it for Columbus too.
That could work, but Columbus doesn't have to retire it because he hasn't played long enough for them, really. But if they do, that's good on them.
He played for them for, 3 years already, I thought, right?
Did he?
I'm going to check. I'm pretty sure he played at least 2 years.
Because that's two.
It wasn't it 21-22 that he had that really good season with Calgary and then moved to Columbus?
Yeah. And then when the 22 offseason was when we were questioning Devils, Flyers, where is he going to sign?
Oh, he's going to go to a good team. Columbus!
Yeah.
But, 21-22 at 115 points at 82 games that have moved to Columbus.
He probably moved there because someone played there.
Probably. All right, let's change the subject and get to something...
get to something better.
That's not talking about someone's death because someone doesn't know how to drink and drive. Wait, don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Someone doesn't know how to drink and drive. Oh, okay, so 5 or 6? Okay, so 5 is my limit. No.
He definitely had more than 5 or 6 beers as he claimed.
Oh, that ball's gone. Sorry, I'm watching baseball. Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Except.
See ya. Reese Hoskins.
Except.
The ball's an orange Timbit. Can't say hockey because...
we're not making the hockey joke here.
So, 4 months ago, we made our baseball predictions. So, we're going to run through those quickly. So, let's start off with the NL, because the AL, we have something to talk about. The NL, let's start with NL West. I have to scroll down for this. NL West, we both had the first place right, which was the Dodgers. But we still have a little bit more to go. This is 134 games around, so we still got 30 games to play. So this could be this could change. But we'll make hockey predictions soon too. See, I told you we're only 13 minutes into the podcast. Someone said he had something to do, but this is gonna take an hour and a half at most, and we're already 14 minutes in, and this is gonna take 2 seconds. Well, NL West, Dodgers, I have right. We're going top to bottom. So, actually, no. Well, we'll go bottom to top. It doesn't matter. So, Rockies are last. We both got that right.
Are we allowed to say what we call them? Yeah, we'll say cocky shocky.
And the reason why we say that is because I don't remember why we said
because they don't hit a lot of them.
Yeah. So, fourth, I got right. I said the Giants are fourth, and you said the Padres. Pretty much just that's 4. 3, I got wrong, and we both got wrong, actually. I said the Diamondbacks, you said the Giants. Right now it's the Padres. And second, you got right and I got wrong. You said the Diamondbacks, I said the Padres. So right now it's Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Padres, Giants, Rockies. And
yeah, we both got LA.
Yeah. And Colorado.
Yeah.
The NL Central, though, I actually almost aced it. I aced the top 2 at least. So, last in the NL Central is the Pittsburgh Pirates, which you have right. I had the Reds, but that could easily flip because they're 2 games apart.
It's only Labor Day.
It's only Labor Day. Is Labor Day in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh. I know Sun. Okay, so fourth, we both had the Cardinals, which are actually in third right now. The Reds are in fourth. Second and first or third, I have Pittsburgh, you have Cincinnati. Both are wrong, obviously. First and second, I have right and you have wrong, but they're just flipped. I had Milwaukee at first and the Cubs at second. You had the Cubs at first and Milwaukee at second.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
Cubs are going to win today. All right, and now we finish with the NL East and we move on to the West. NL East.
Move on to the West.
You know what I mean. I'm so used to that. I'm so ready for
This isn't hockey.
I'm so ready for hockey back. Okay, so actually, we only have either of us only have one right, and it's third place, and it's you. So I had the Mets finishing last.
I think I know who's in third.
Yeah, I had the Mets finishing last, and you had the Nationals, and it's the Marlins. I think it's the Marlins because Arias left. If Arias didn't leave, they'd probably be third.
They'd be competitive.
Yeah. Fourth is the Nationals. We both had the Marlins. Third is the Mets. You had the Mets. I had the Nationals. And then second and first, I just flipped. We both had the Braves and Phillies first and second. It's the Phillies and the Braves.
Nick Castellanos home run.
The Atlantic.
Legendary quote. Put that in.
You can type it because I'm going to the standings. Whatever.
It's 1-0 Canada. Put it in.
The AL. I'm so used to. I'm so ready for hockey to be back. Obviously, the AL. We start with the AL West, or the AL West. Whatever.
It's 1-0.
We both had the Oakland A's finishing last, and right now it's the Angels. But that could flip. Only 3 games difference. Fourth, I had the Mariners, you had the Angels, it's the A's. Third place, I had the Angels, you had the Mariners, and it's the Rangers. Second place, it's the Mariners, and we both had the Astros, and first place is the Astros, and we both had the Rangers. But I think they're all pretty close, aren't they? No, they are not.
The Angels and A's are further back than the other 3.
Why does it say? Oh, the recent corner. Yeah. Whatever.
The Atlantic.
I saw AL and I thought Atlantic. Anyway, moving on.
What's next? Moving on to the Metro.
AL, the Central Division, and I can actually say the Central Division. That's what it's called. Well, one of us has the bottom 2 right. The White Sox are last, and I have the Tigers at second last, and you have the Royals second last. Third actually the Twins and the Royals are tied for second right now. So technically, we both have it right. I actually technically I'm perfect. Actually, I had from first to fifth Cleveland, Minnesota, Kansas City,
Scoring.
Detroit, and Chicago. And right now it's Cleveland, Kansas City, Minnesota, Detroit, and Chicago, but they both are tied for second. You had Minnesota at first, Cleveland, Detroit, Kansas City, Chicago. Now,
yeah, surprise we didn't have the White Sox finishing first.
Now, one of us has the AL East perfect, down to the T. And it was me. Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Rays, and Blue Jays. You had the Yankees, the Orioles, the Rays, the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox. I ace-mealed that. Wow.
How many references that we need? 52.
Minutes. Does anyone have a 52 in their score right now? I don't think it's possible now. I think it's too far.
Well, it's
no,
possible
Rocky.
for the White.
Wait. That's what I was gonna say earlier.
For the White Sox to get it, but they're not gonna get 52 wins.
If the Rockies win, or the Marlins win, they'll have 52 wins. If Aaron Judge hits a Yankee Spanky,
he's gonna have 52.
He will have 52. I have a bet going right now, and I think the next game is the White Sox. I think
they're gonna. I'm just gonna guess they're gonna lose.
I have the Orioles money line and Corbin Burns pitching. White Sox are winning 2-1 right now. Corbin Burns is losing to the White Sox.
What's the score?
2-1.
Yeah, they're still probably gonna lose.
It's the bottom of the first.
Yeah. How are the White Sox gonna blow it?
So the problem with my NHL predictions for this season are I I haven't been keeping up with a lot of teams, so I don't actually remember most of the most of the transactions.
Oh, Leafs.
Leafs are gonna finish last in the Atlantic.
Well,
Atlantic.
They're gonna the Leafs are gonna finish last in the AL West.
West.
The Leafs are gonna finish last in the AL West, because that's how we're doing it now.
Whatever.
1-0 Canada.
We're nothing Canada.
What day was that mentioned on?
5-2. I don't know.
It was 1-5-2-3.
Ugh.
What was that?
I'm still up in my
You
mouth.
know, Bemstrom.
Alright.
I'm not counting the references, and there better be 52 at the end.
Let's just look at last year's standings now, based off of that. Let's start with the West. Let's start with the Central Division. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to be last, but I think they're going to take a step up this year. I still think the Blackhawks are going to... No, let's start first. No, let's start first, so I can just...
Last. Let's do last.
Okay,
do
hold
first.
on then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's still Chicago.
A little. You have last year's standings open. I just want you to look at how many points the Blackhawks had.
52.
It was 52.
How many wins did the Stars have last year? And the Hurricanes?
It was
And the
52.
Panthers?
No.
Pussycats.
That's not what they're called. What was the Rangers' record?
52. Oh,
was
55 and
23.
21. Or 23.
4.
Okay. So, last place for you.
I think it's going to be competitive with the next team that I'm going to name after this. But it's still going to be the Chicago Blackhawks.
So, I think we both have the same team. But for some reason, I want to say somebody different. But I want you to... I'll say mine first.
I'm between two teams.
I'm between two teams, too. But
I think we're between the same two teams.
I think it's going to be Minnesota at 7, though.
That was my pick.
Oh, okay. I think 6. Alright, so this is where it's going to get tough. Because I still have two teams in common. It's St. Louis or it's Utah. Because St. Louis, what moves did they make this offseason?
They made no moves, and oh no, they did make moves. They offer sheeted Holloway and Broberg,
yeah.
which it's gonna help them in the long run. It's not gonna help them in 2025.
I'm having St. Louis in 6.
I'm gonna put now, since Utah made acquisitions, Utah did something. I'm gonna say St. Louis 6, Utah 5, but Utah still misses.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Exactly the same. So we have the same exact.
Utah's going to be competitive. They are going to go for a playoff spot. They're gonna miss by a couple points and be on the upswing.
So now here comes the tough part: Stars, Jets, Avalanche, and Predators.
I have an outlier for 4.
I think it's gonna be Winnipeg.
I have the same option. It's gonna be Winnipeg.
What the fuck? You have the same exact standings.
Well, it's gonna change eventually, but Winnipeg, they're not getting younger. A lot of their forwards are getting older. Kyle Connor's not getting younger. Connor Hellebuyck's not getting younger. Scheifele's not getting younger. They don't make too many acquisitions. And I feel like Hellebuyck overperformed last year. He's still very good.
Overperformed in the regular season, but we're not going to take him with the playoffs.
No, we're going to talk about what happened against the Avs in the playoffs.
Third place.
Especially after everyone thought the Jets are going to move on after they beat the Avs 7-0 at the end of the regular season.
Third place, I think we might agree on this too. I'm thinking Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
They are going to like it and love it and want some more of it more than they did last year.
So now the question is, do you have Colorado or Dallas for a second? I'm actually going to say...
I say Dallas at first.
Yeah, I think Colorado. The reason why I'm putting Colorado at second too is Georgiev.
Yeah, exactly the same. The goaltending for Dallas is much more consistent, and Colorado's too inconsistent. And especially knowing that Ottinger underperformed last year, he's gonna get better.
Who is the Avalanche backup this season?
The fact that I cannot answer that question right away for a team that's supposed to be very good and contending for first place in the division tells me that the goaltending is not good.
Okay, so here are the 4 goalies that they have for the preseason: Eustace Annunen,
Or whatever you pronounce it.
Alexander Georgiev, Kevin Mandelis, and Trent Miner. Okay, Wander Franco, settle down. But yeah, those are the 4 goalies. I bet it's gonna be Georgiev and Annunen. That's definitely gonna, because if Georgiev gets hurt, they're fucked. Well, I don't think they're fucked because they have the best offense in the league, but
the goaltending's fucked from opening night. And I would imagine the Avs are gonna be good. They're gonna have to go for a goalie at the deadline. Maybe the Avs underperform and finish third. Who knows? But they're gonna be good. And they're gonna be in a playoff spot, and they're gonna have to go for a goalie.
So now we went to the
Pacific. Now, which is probably the most confusing one.
Yeah, because the bottom 4 teams are going to be kind of tough.
Yeah. The last team's still going to be there.
It's going to be a California team.
Oh, really?
I still think it's going to be San Diego.
It's going to be the team that's located in the northern portion of California.
Oh, so it's Anaheim? You have Anaheim?
Anaheim is not Northern California.
Okay, San Jose. Okay, moving on. All right, well, now 7th, I actually have 3 teams in common, but I think
have one that stands out.
It's Anaheim.
I disagree.
Oh.
I'm going to say Calgary.
That's the first time we disagree. Calgary
just blew it up. They blew it up. Laser neon. It up. They completely dismantled their entire team.
So 6, I think you're going to have Anaheim.
I'm going to have Anaheim.
All right, then I'm going to put Calgary in.
And just so we're on the same page, neither of these teams are going to be like 6th place but still competitive. Nope, no, they're not going to be good.
They're both going to finish under 500.
Like if that's the case in the other divisions, which we will get to, no, these teams are not going to be competitive.
Come on, Peralta, strike them out quickly. You remember it could have been one more. 5th, we probably agree on this too.
Yeah.
Seattle.
I
don't think they're gonna make it, but we could put a wild card next to it after we're done with the.
No, we're not. They're not gonna make it because we already mentioned that. We already agreed upon the 5th team in the Central not making it.
Yeah.
So
I think Utah's gonna make it soon, though.
They're gonna probably be in their next season.
So
the season after.
4th place.
Depending on what they do in the offseason, obviously.
I think
4th place is where we get to the really confusing part, but I think I have an answer.
I think it's LA.
Yeah, and they are gonna swing again.
So 3, 2, and 1 are gonna be a little bit tough too.
Yeah.
Vegas, Ottawa, Vegas, Edmonton, and
are we put?
No.
Ottawa's in the Pacific now.
No, Vegas, Edmonton, and Vancouver. Now Vancouver, if everybody can stay healthy, I can see them going for the division. But I'm trying to think.
Third?
Who did Vegas get in the offseason?
I am not sure. They got a big piece at the deadline.
I'm gonna look.
Hurdle. but they obviously have to expect all their big
Cap-
players
oh,
to
sorry, Caps-
they're gonna miss the last 20 games of the season
I'm looking through the roster, see if I recognize
for we know
anyone.
what reason.
Oh yeah, they also got Samsonov too. Dyson Mayo's on that team. I have, you know what?
I have Vegas at 3.
I have Vegas in 3 too.
Yeah, but also they're gonna have players missing the last 20 games of the season.
All right, 2 and 1.
Cap circumcision.
I think 1 is Edmonton.
I have 1 Edmonton too. It's gonna be close between Vancouver and Edmonton, but I think Vancouver's taking a bit of a step back.
Yeah, Edmonton. They added what's his name too? I can't think of what his name is. They added some. Oh, they added Skinner.
They had Skinner.
No, I thought they just added Skinner this off season. I swear they just did.
Stuart Skinner has been their goalie.
Jeff Skinner.
Oh.
Yes.
What, is there
Jeff
52?
Skinner. No.
His number's 53, not 52.
Yeah, Jeff Skinner. They just added.
Yeah. Which could work for them.
God, strike someone out so I can get this shit over with.
Why are you so pissy?
Leon. All right, we'll go to the Metro then.
Yeah, because the Atlantic is the most competitive division. We can agree on this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil much, but everyone minus Ottawa is gonna be somewhat competitive.
And last place, I still think they're not going to move at all. Especially, I mean, I'm not trying to say this is a joke, but losing Goudreau to... Oh, wait. Before we go on to that Goudreau thing again, the score of the Brewers game, it may or may not be 5-2. So, I mean, with Goudreau and that entire thing, it's going to be a really sad season for Columbus. Not sad, like bad sad, but just sad because of that dark cloud looming over their head.
Now, if Gaudreau was on the team,
I would think Philly would finish last.
I don't Philly. I would believe they would be in 7th. The Blue Jackets.
But I have them in 8th.
Since they don't have Gaudreau anymore, they still have the Russians that are gonna make the season a little more exciting.
And
Yeah. They have young players that are gonna make the season more promising, but I'm not trying to devalue Johnny Gaudreau or anything, but their big problem was defense, and it still is their big problem. They don't have a defense. They don't have a goalie, minus Merzlikins, who are we really trusting him to make a big change?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
I don't think Elvis Merzlikins is the goalie you want. Yeah, he's not Igor Shesterkin. He's not Andrei Vasilevsky, prime Andrei Vasilevsky.
7th?
7th, you're gonna be surprised.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, the New York Rangers, they're gonna trade Alexei Lafreniere, they're gonna trade Panarin, they're gonna trade Kreider. Igor Shesterkin's gonna be bought out. We're gonna suck this year. Yeah.
I think 7th, I'm still gonna have Philly.
I don't have Philly.
Wow. Okay, you're blocked. No.
I have a team that we tend to not like.
Okay, Pittsburgh.
It's the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I don't think
they're aging
that much.
They're aging. They're only getting worse right now. They have nothing in the future. They just kind of suck.
But I'm not going to put
and
the
they're
Pittsburgh
going to continue
up.
selling at the deadline too. I think they're going to be somewhat competitive until they realize that they're not going to make the playoffs, and then they just sell and fall off.
And of course, I have 6. I have Pittsburgh.
6. Surprise, surprise. I have the Philadelphia Flyers.
So again, we disagree on 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So 5th. This is where it gets tough because I have 2 teams in mind. And I have one over the other because one of the teams made a lot of transactions in the offseason. I have the New York Islanders.
I have the Washington Capitals.
And And I'm assuming that fourth you're going to have the New York Islanders.
Correct. And before you say anything, hot take, they are both missing the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. With how stacked the Atlantic is?
The
Yeah.
Atlantic, again, I said this before, I'm not going to spoil much of what we're going to say, but minus Ottawa, that entire division's going to try to do something.
Yes! Strike him out, please. No, strike him out. No, just strike him out so we can get this over, please.
Pitch.
No, it's not going to be a strikeout, which means I probably lost my bet. But the next pitcher that's coming in
is number 52.
That's number 52. Stupid Peralta. You couldn't get 4 strikeouts. Oh, good. I can turn this off now.
Why are you so pissy?
Another $10 down the drain. All right, third place. So we have the Devils, the Hurricanes, and the Rangers left. And I don't know why everyone is creaming over the Devils. It's just because Jack Hughes is healthy? And he got someone that doesn't know how to fucking do his job?
I'm still gonna say Carolina at third. Oh. And it's not because Jersey's that good. It's because the Canes are that bad and the rest of the division's even worse.
Well, we disagree again. I have New Jersey. It's third.
Carolina lost all their depth. Their goaltending is okay, but it's still a question mark. Besides the fact that Kochekhov's number is 52.
I think for second we just flip it. You have New Jersey, I have Carolina, and then first is obviously the Rangers.
And this is one that, Ranger bias aside, the Rangers are gonna win by it.
The Metro, we completely disagreed on everything.
We disagree on everything. It's not because all the teams are good. It's because all of them are really bad. Minus the Rangers and maybe the Devils and somewhat Carolina, which that Devils Hurricane series that is very likely going to happen is going to be it's going to be a mid-off.
And last but not least, the Atlantic Division. The AL, I should say.
Yeah. Last and definitely least,
the Ottawa Senators.
The Ottawa Senators.
Another year that they make no fucking moves.
They are gonna continue being the clowns of the NHL and still being delusional.
I kind of second guessing Edmonton's first because of Stan Bowman, but they play in Canada, so I don't expect them to win anything. So we should be okay.
Stan Bowman. That was one move that they made that was terrible, and Stan Bowman should not ever have a job in the NHL.
See now, Quenneville on the other hand.
Sexual assault. He's a great GM. Well, yeah. How are you putting sexual assault aside?
I mean that's true, but how? I remember when Joe Quenneville said that he didn't know anything about it.
Bull fucking shit.
God, they couldn't have a Johnny Gaudreau next to, like, I don't know, I can't say that, never mind. Alright, moving on, 7th. There's 2 teams that come to mind. It's either Montreal or Buffalo.
I have Montreal.
You know what? I'll agree with you. I think it's Montreal and Buffalo.
Montreal is getting better. Slafkovsky's only going to get better. They have a future of some kind. So is Buffalo, but I think Buffalo's a little further down the line going into the playoffs than Montreal. But Montreal is going to try to win games. They are no longer embarrassing themselves tanking. No, they're going to try to win games now.
So 5th place.
Unlike Ottawa.
And before we give our predictions for 5th place, there are I have 2 teams, and it's all going to depend on the next month. If Swayman re-signs with Boston, Detroit comes in 5th. Or Tampa. If Boston does not re-sign Swayman, Boston is in 5th. And they miss the playoffs.
No, Boston's going to make the playoffs. The 5th team, whoever we pick for 5th, is making the playoffs here. Oh. This is a playoff spot now, because because the Metro's not sending 4 teams, according to us, and we both agreed on that.
I think for 5th,
now let's make an assumption, and since we don't know, let's make an assumption on what happened.
We're guaranteed a top 5 teams are all going to make the playoffs, so it just depends on what order.
No, let's make an assumption on what happens with Swayman and go by that.
Let's say Swayman resigns.
Swayman resigns. Okay, we're going with it. Then I have Detroit at 5th and making the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll still put Detroit at 5th. 4th, I think it's Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
They lose Stamkos and they get Gensel, but who knows if Gensel's going to even fit in with them.
Now, I also think that people are still underrating the Lightning right now. Like, I've heard, especially Twitter, notably Twitter, say that the Lightning are now bad. They lost their entire core. They're now going to miss the playoffs. They're still a good team. They still have good players. For as long as Braden Point is there, scoring 40, 50 goals a season, for as long as Kucherov is there, scoring over 100 points a season, Gensel's, yeah, he might not fit. He's going to score over 30 goals. He's going to probably be a point per game. Vasilevsky, he's not the same as he was before. He's going to be good, decent at least. They're still going to be competitive. They're still a team to watch out for.
So 3rd place.
Or 4.
Oh, God. It's tied between 3, but if we're going...
It's tied between 2. It's tied between 2 because we have... There's one that's winning the division, and it's obvious. Even though they got worse, they're still going to win the division.
I'm just going to put them already. So it's either going to be Toronto or Boston, 2 or 3.
Yeah. Florida's winning the division. It's not close there.
And as much as I love Toronto, I still think it's going to be Boston. I think it's going to be Boston at 2. Especially if they re-sign Swayman.
Toronto's just in such a confusing situation that I cannot put them at 2.
So
re-signing Swayman, meaning they still have goaltending. If they do not have to play Jonas Korpisalo for a good amount of their games, they could finish second. If they don't have to employ Brandon Bussey for the vast majority for a couple games this season, yeah, they could finish second.
So we have our predictions.
And let's run through them again.
I'm gonna copy this and send this to Nick too, so he can see our predictions. So let's go back to the Central
and make fun of us after they end up being horribly wrong.
8 the first. I'm just gonna say them all because we have the same ones. Blackhawks, Wild, Blues, Utah,
Mormons,
Jets, Predators, Avalanche, Stars. Pacific, we both have the Schmorks. I have Anaheim, Calgary.
Here come the Schmorks!
I have Anaheim, Calgary. You have Calgary, Anaheim. Then it's I almost said the Mariners. Seattle, LA, Vegas, Vancouver, Edmonton. Metro is, I'll say all mine first, and then I'll say yours because we have disagree on everything. Columbus, Philly, Pittsburgh, Islanders, Capitals, Devils, Blue Jackets, Hurricanes. I saw C and I thought of Blue Jackets. Hurricanes, Rangers.
Yeah, Lemstrom team.
You had Blue Jackets, fuck. I almost said Pirates. Oh my God! Blue Jackets, Penguins.
What's with you today?
Flyers, Capitals, Islanders, Hurricanes, Devils, Rangers. And then the Atlantic, we both agree on Ottawa, Montreal, Buffalo, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Boston, Florida. Let me send this to Nick.
Let him make fun of us.
Mine is regular. Josh is parentheses. He went to his phone instantly. What the fuck?
What?
He was offline. I sent him that, and he instantly went on his phone to check it. Oh, we probably should have put wild card next to it, but
Yeah, but
yeah, I'll put
yeah,
W.
you can edit that and probably save it somewhere else.
I'll put W next to it. Detroit and Tampa. Who do we have in the West? Winnipeg is 1.
We had
Winnipeg
4
and
and
LA.
4. Yeah, 4 and 4.
He said not bad. I'm gonna say email Bemstrom. It's gonna say one blocked message because that's what he's been saying.
Blue Jacket.
That's what he's been saying as of late. Yeah, this podcast is even gonna be an hour long. He said tax evasion actually. Well, what do we do?
Hello,
now?
are you listening? We're available to evade the taxes. Is that legendary quote? Really?
Actually, you know what? Yeah.
So we have not had a legendary quote in almost 2 months, and you had one while I was gone.
Wait, what was it?
He tried to split.
Hello, are you listening?
Listening? Hello, are you listening? We're available to evade the taxes.
Available to evade the taxes.
The Atlantic.
You've got to put the date in.
Oh. Yeah, the day doesn't even have 52 in it, so.
Alright, well, I guess that's it for the podcast because we have nothing else to talk about.
Except Nick evading taxes.
Yeah, well, start off sad. We got through our baseball predictions, which could change. We might make a quick little update when the season's over. Make a 10-minute update. But hockey is back in 37 days, according to Nick's Discord profile.
I think he has it until the Rangers' first game, so.
Which is when it's opening night. And,
I think opening night's a day before the Rangers.
I'm gonna check. October.
I think it's October 8th.
October 10th is the season. Oh, no, that's last season. Hello, are you listening? We're here.
We're available to evade the taxes.
Well, actually, no. It starts October 4th in Czechia with Buffalo.
Oh, they're doing this again.
And then October 8th is Panthers, Bruins, Pussycats, Bruins.
Oh yeah, they're doing. Please don't tell me the 4th is a weekday.
The 4th is a Friday.
Of course it is. So they're gonna have opening night instead of being.
Well, how do we know that it's not on a Saturday though? But it could be Friday in Europe. It's not.
Well, no. If
Yes, they'll crack.
what time does it start?
Oh no.
What time does it start?
It just says Friday, October 4th. It doesn't give it time. Well, hold on, I'll check. It'll probably give me a time.
It's probably somewhere in the middle of the day because it's going to be at night for Europe. They're 6 hours ahead of me, 7 ahead of you.
9 a.m. Noon.
Okay, 7 o'clock their time. So they're going to, for the majority of the audience that is in Canada or the United States, they're going to start the season on a weekday while everyone's at work. Instead of making an actual scenic start, just start it off nicely.
They're gonna play two times within 24 hours. They're playing two times in 21 hours.
They did it in 2022. That entire, the same thing basically. It was stupid. They're doing it again. Because nothing
makes sense in
the National Hockey League.
Game 1 of the season starts on Friday, October 4th at noon. And the second game in Prague is 9 a.m. Saturday, October 5th.
10 for me.
So by the time I wake up on Saturday morning, it'll be over. Because I don't wake up till like noon because I don't have to be at work till night.
I'll probably wake up at 9:30 just to watch that game, but I'm not watching that first game because I'm gonna be at work because the league decides to have opening night. the least convenient time for the majority of their audience because they're stupid and they're brain dead.
But we're gonna
Nothing makes sense in the National Hockey League. Email Bemstrom52.
We have 2 minutes
That's
until
the end of my
we
rant.
end it because it's 50 minutes into the podcast. So we're gonna do a quick 1-question quiz. The home openers. Who has the latest home opener this season without looking?
Who has the latest home opener?
Yes. There was one team that opens over a week and a half.
Stormy Mormons.
A week and a half after the first game of the season. It is not the Stormy Mormons. I'll give you 3 strikes. It'll be the old Luca system.
The Luca's favorite system, yeah.
It is not the Stormy Mormons. You are in the right conference, though.
It's West. Who would...
Do you want me to tell you the day?
Yeah.
Okay, so the NHL season, if you don't count the ones in Prague, the opening night is October 8th. This team, their home opener is October 24th. And just for the hell of it, I gotta check. Is
it the San Jose Sharks?
It is not the San Jose Sharks, but they are playing the San Jose Sharks. 1, 2, 3. Wait.
Watch out for the clock, because it could be...
Okay, well, no, the home opener starts October 24th, but they play a game that's not in their city on October 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They play 7 games.
Wouldn't that be a preseason game? Wouldn't that be a preseason game?
No, it says October 5th. No, I think it counts as a regular season game.
Because the only games that count on October 4th would be...
No, the Buffalo and New Jersey game, it counts as the regular season.
Yeah, that would count as regular season. But I know the Rangers and Islanders play on the 4th, and that's a preseason game.
Maybe it is then.
Yeah, that's why the league's confusing. They have regular season games starting before the preseason.
Hurry up, it's 52 minutes, so take a guess.
Kings.
It is the Kings.
Shiny helmet. Shiny helmet. Close the thing. 52. It has to be 52.
We can wait 32 more seconds so I can end the podcast at 52:52.
Bemstrom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
52.
52.
52.
Rest in peace,
I think we mentioned 52.
Highlights of the month. Why did I say highlights of the month? IntermedioPodcast episode 4 for Johnny.
Email cast.
It's the email cast.
Evil cast.
Rest in peace, Johnny and Matt. 8 more seconds. Say anything really quickly because you have 3 seconds.
5.2 inches.
Good enough. Email back.